Namaste, and welcome again to the Temple of Light. It's wonderful to welcome our extended community here into the temple. I know how much it means to you. You've told us in our survey. We're starting with a recorded satsang, but eventually, once our technology is upgraded, we'll be moving on to live satsangs. So I just want to say that it's beautiful, it's spring, everything is growing, and it's a time for growing into light. So let's do that together. By being together, chanting the mantra, doing our rituals, and feeling our connection. Welcome to the Temple of Light. Namaste. So the first ritual that we do is to purify our senses with the light, which is symbolized by this candle from the altar. So the candle represents the fire of wisdom. And we ask that all of our selfish desires be burned in that fire of wisdom, and that our senses be purified by the light. And to do this, you can follow along and have an imaginary candle for yourself in front of you. And feel the heat of the candle touching your hand, and then bring it up towards your eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and purify the mind as well. And of course, in this time of awareness, we're not actually touching the organs, but we're coming close to them. And you can feel that purification, so that we actually hear and see that namaste, the divine spark in each other. We'll be offering a mantra next, and the mantra is a way to concentrate the mind and also to express your devotion. And sometimes we even need to express our emotions, which you can do through the mantra, through the sound of your voice. So a mantra means words of power. So the words themselves are sacred, the melody is very specific. And today we're going to be chanting to the Buddha of infinite light and compassion, the Amitabha Buddha. The chant is Namo, which means name of, Amitabha. Namo Amitabha. So you can chant along with us wherever you are and visualize people that you care about in the light. We have a prayer list here. We'll be putting those people in the light. We're especially feeling for the people who may have the COVID virus, for the people who may be in isolation, for the people who are lonely or separated from their people. So opening your heart and spreading that light through the mantra. Namaste.
Namo Amitabha.
So this temple of light is here because one woman had a vision, and she had it when she was a child, and it carried throughout her entire life. So this is the power of vision. It starts in our imagination, and then it can come into manifestation and have a greater power from all of the people who enter the vision of a sacred space. So this place, in her dreams, throughout her lifetime until the foundation of this actual temple was built, were of a place where people from all different traditions could come together. You could retain your unique path, but you could enter a space of light at the center. And that was very symbolic of having that light at the center, the heart center of each one of us, is that divine spark. So when we enter the temple, we purify our senses and we chant the mantra and we ask that that light be present for us. Yesterday when I went for a walk in the forest, and I know it's a privilege at this time to have a forest and the ability to walk freely, and I'm so grateful for that privilege of having access to nature. I saw eagles. I saw 2 eagles in a nest, high, high on an old ponderosa pine, a dead pine tree. And then they lifted up and they circled, and I took photos of them randomly, hoping they'd be in the pictures. And one of the photos is so beautiful. The eagles are in tandem, and it looks like they're rising up to a rainbow because the sun broke into its spectrum. And I thought that's an image that we can all use, having that power to lift up and move towards an ideal, a place of real beauty and light. And I feel that Swami Radha, as a woman in the 1950s, a Western woman traveling to India on the power of faith and coming back with that same power, being asked not to work, but to trust that the divine would take care of her, that she could build on that deep sense of trust in the light, in the divine, and have it tested, and then manifest such beauty and such teachings that are timeless. So many years after her passing, people are still connecting to those teachings. Young people are here. We have people from 22 years old to 75 years old. People who knew her and people who didn't know her, but are still gaining access to those teachings through her words and through her example. Because like an eagle, our eyes lift up to another dimension, to something that's possible. And in this time of being challenged, the whole earth, the whole world is together in a global challenge. And there's something daunting about it, something that could be scary about it, and there's something so beautiful about it as well, because we know that we are connected to each other. We know that that interdependence is real, that each person's action can affect many others. So it can be a virus, but it can be the light. And it can be a vision of a different world, the world of kindness, the world of light, the world of coming from our hearts that, deep down inside, we must all have that. And it's just to accept that that is a possibility, that that's a reality, that that could be our reality, that we could come together in the light, respecting the different ways of approaching it, the different religions, the different traditions, the different ethnicities, the different genders. All of those differences are valid, and yet there can still be that spark of light at the center, where we recognize that in each other. And to close this talk, I would like to offer you a mantra that Swami Radha brought back from India, which is about the light. And the words are, I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. I am ever growing into divine light. So close your eyes. Feel your breath, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, finding a receptive space within yourself. Use the power of your imagination to visualize yourself in a shower of brilliant white light. See the light pouring down, entering your body through the top of your head and filling your entire being with light until you are brilliant with light. Resting in that brilliance of the light, letting your heart fill with light, letting your mind fill with light, and deeply caring from this place of fullness, caring for others, and visualizing the light extending out, wrapping around those that are dear to you, and then expanding out from there to those that you do not know, and places in the world that are desperately in need of light and love and compassion. And see the light touching them in their time of need and lifting them to that rainbow, to that light, carrying them on the wings of the eagle, spiraling back to the source of light. Repeat the mantra together. Say it in your own mind. Say it out loud if you wish. I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. I am ever growing into divine light. May the world be healed. May each of us find that healing light within ourselves, able to deal with whatever challenges we face now or any time in our lives. Namaste.
Svaha, Tat Savitur Vareneyam, Bhargo, Devasya, Dheemahe, Dhyo, Naha, Prachoda, Tat Savitur Vareneyam, Bhargo, Devasya, Prachoda.
So the last ritual that we offer is prasad. And prasad is a Sanskrit word that means grace. And now in these times of the pandemic, we're doing virtual imaginary prasad, which is even more powerful because we can imagine the most beautiful, most tasty, most delicious nectar and ambrosia. Nectar and ambrosia of intuition, of love, of that heartfelt connection that we all feel. So if you put your hands out in a receiving gesture, visualize your teachers, all the people who have helped you in your life, all the help you've received. Visualize that space of intuition and light and the divine light, the source of light, the universe, whatever you call it, pouring down blessings into your hands. And you have enough so that you can hold on to it, and then you can either pick it up if it's something like that, or you can drink it, or just, again, purify yourself with all of those blessings. So you may all receive that blessing of the divine nectar. Namaste.